Hi everyone, welcome to GemChem. Now today's video is on ionic equilibria part 4 video, and here we will deal with buffer solutions, buffer action, derivation of Henderson equation and its application, buffer capacity and buffer range. And you can see the applications of buffers in analytical chemistry and biochemical processes in human body, and this part is particularly discussed in the Facebook page of GemChem, that is at the rate of GemChem 0051, and I will give the link in the description box. Now before starting, if you have not watched the previous parts of ionic equilibria, you can watch it. I will give the link in the description box as well as I button present above this video. Now let us start. What is buffer solution? Now by definition, a buffer solution resists the changes in pH with dilution or with addition of strong acids or bases. That is, it is a kind of solution which has a capacity to alternate the pH whenever the pH rises up or goes down. That is, on addition of strong acids, pH goes down, so buffer helps to restore the pH, whereas on adding strong base, the pH goes up, so it is added to restore the pH required. Now, a mixture of weak acid and its conjugate base constitutes a buffer. Now see this one, this is a weak acid, right, acetic acid, and then this is CH3COONA. This is a conjugate base and it is a strong electrolyte as well. Similarly, ammonia is a base, whereas this is a electrolyte, right? So this is a basic buffer and this is acidic buffer. Now we will see the mechanism of buffer action. Now question is asked that show the mechanism of buffer action for a buffer of weak acid and its salt and for a weak base and its salt. So we will learn how to show it. Now for first part, I will show you how to write the answer, and for the second part, you can do it on your own self. Now let us see. Now first we have to consider a weak acid and an electrolyte. That is its salt. So H is a weak acid. So what happens? It will be partially dissociated. So Ha plus water will give H3O plus ions and A minus ions. But this dissociation is not complete. There is partial dissociation. Similarly, Ma being a strong electrolyte, it undergoes complete dissociation. So Ma gives M plus and A minus. Now addition of H plus, that is when you are adding a acid. So now the buffer will act in such a way so as to restore the pH to its original condition. So that here H plus will react with this A minus ion present here and here to form HA, that is this weak acid. No accumulation of excess H plus occurs. In the above case, the added H plus converted to a practically non-ionizable HA. Thus the effect of H plus is nullified. Also during the course of buffer action, the salt is being used up, that is, its concentration decreases and concentration of weak acid increases. Now addition of OH minus. So what does it mean? It means that when you add a base, the pH goes up. So in order to bring down the pH to its original level, so we add buffer. So this OH minus reacts with H plus, which is obtained from this H3O plus ions to give water, and HA plus water, that is this weak acid present in the buffer, reacts with the water to give A minus and H3O plus. So in this case, OH minus is transformed to practically non-ionizable water and hence its effect is nullified. Also during the course of buffer action, the concentration of weak acid decreases and concentration of salt increases. This is how we have to write. Right. So for weak base, we can observe that this is a weak base and this is its salt, whereas when it dissociates partially and the electrolyte or the salt dissociate completely, and when we add a strong acid, that is H plus, then this reaction occurs to form practically non-ionizable water and BH plus formation, whereas when a base is added to restore the pH, BH plus from the salt reacts to give the partially ionized weak base, which practically remains unionizable, plus water. So this is how it can be explained for weak base and its salt. Now we will see the derivation of Henderson, Hasselbalch equation. So this is important because this equation gives us pH of a buffer solution. Now see, first we take a weak acid, associates partially to give H3O plus A minus. So this is acid dissociation constant we have already seen in our previous videos. For basics, you can refer to ionic equilibria part 1 video. I will give the link in the description box as well as the I button above this video. Now, so we write the reactants, then the product. Next we take the conjugate salt, that is conjugate basis salt. So A minus plus water gives HA plus OH minus. So we write the base dissociation constant, and we know that product concentration is written above and the reactant concentration at the down, and we can write it as Kw by Ka. We have already seen that. So let us consider analytical concentration of HA be CHA, that is concentration of HA, and salt Na be CNA. Now equilibrium concentration of HA will be CHA minus H3O plus ion concentration plus OH minus concentration, right? Because HA concentration decreases with increase in concentration of H3O plus. So as this reaction occurs, when these concentration increases, there is decrease of this concentration, and concentration of HA increase with increase in concentration of OH minus, right? So whenever OH is increased, this is also increased from this reaction. And next part is A minus concentration, that is CNA plus H3O plus concentration minus OH minus concentration, because the concentration of A minus decreases with increase in OH minus, because as reaction proceeds towards this, the amount of A minus also decreases. Similarly, A minus increase with increase in H3O plus, that is as this reaction proceeds towards this side with increase in this concentration, the concentration of A minus also increases because both are present in the product side. Now from 3 and 4, which we have seen previously, we can write that concentration of HA is nearly equals to CHA and concentration of A minus is nearly equal to NaA. Now putting this equation, that is 5 and 6 values in the equation 1, which is this one, we get the value as concentration of H3O plus concentration of NaA by concentration of HA, and this value H3O plus is kept here and other values are taken in this side, that is left hand side. So we get this value of H3O plus ion concentration. Now we know that pH is negative logarithm of H3O plus ion concentration. So we take negative log on both sides and we get this kind of value. So pKa plus log CHA by CNA. pH is equals to pKa plus log of salt by acid concentration. This is our required Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, and we derived it easily from these few basic concepts. Now what is buffer capacity? Buffer capacity is defined as the number of moles of strong acid or strong base required to cause 1 liter of a buffer solution to undergo 1 unit change in pH. So it is basically the number of moles of strong acid or strong base which can cause 1 pH change, that is pH equal to 1 change for a buffer solution which is present in 1 liter amount. Okay, and it is given by beta equals derivative of number of moles of strong base with respect to pH, whereas it can also be written as minus derivative of number of moles of strong acid with respect to pH. Right. Now we will see buffer range. What is buffer range? Buffer range is the range of pH values over which a buffer system works effectively. Now buffer range is that kind of pH range where it can act specifically and perfectly, and it is best to choose an acid with a pKa close to the desired pH which we require to get during the whole process of reaction. That is the optimum pH which is required. Now this is the checkpoint. Take a screenshot and try to solve it on your own self. And this much for today. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment.